Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is James, and today I got some awesome information on the Call of Duty Ghosts campaign, some information that we've already heard about in trailers, and some new information you may not have known about. Now with that being said, E3 is coming up pretty soon, and I'm definitely excited to see what they're going to be showing some gameplay of Call of Duty Ghosts there. Also, there's some live stream events they're going to be showing Ghosts for sure coming up within this next week, so we're definitely going to have to stay tuned for that to get some more information on the game. But with that being said, I feel that a lot of people seem to neglect campaign. I mean, everyone's so focused on multiplayer, but campaign is still such an important part of the game. I mean, I used to love playing campaign, and I still love playing campaign. That was one of the big, things that I was worried about. The new Xbox One, if it's going to be always online, if I have an issue with my internet, I used to always just go play campaign, have fun with that while the internet is out. I wouldn't be able to do that, but definitely I'm glad that's offline. But with that all being said, I got a bunch of information about the campaign today, and that's what we're going to be going over. Now first off, the campaign is going to be a new story with new characters and a new world. There's not going to be characters we've seen in previous Call of Duties, not going to be, reflecting off of some other story, a prequel or a sequel to it, and it's going to be in a completely different world. It's not going to have anything from any other campaign built into it. And something about this campaign we saw kind of in Black Ops 2 was the whole destruction kind of aspect of it. A lot of battles and destruction and such have already taken place before the campaign starts. I know in Black Ops 2 we were in LA, everything was broken down, buildings were falling down, there's all this destruction in Los Angeles, but with this campaign it starts out where everything is already just wiped out. Now there's supposed to be a new gameplay to quote-unquote customize the level as you go. We don't know too much about this, but obviously, they might have aspects like in Black Ops 2 where you're able to customize your character, but with the new customization in Call of Duty Ghosts, you're gonna be able to customize not only your loadout on the character, but also, pretty much things about the character from what he's wearing to like his facial features, maybe even mask, face paint, kind of like in Black Ops 1. You're gonna be able to customize your Ghost character for the campaign and pretty much give him your loadout to make him as close to you as possible. Now, in one of the trailers that was shown a few weeks ago, they discussed about how they wanted to have characters that were, a big aspect in the campaign and that you felt emotionally attached to. They brought in a whole bunch of new writers for the campaign. They really wanted to make this campaign amazing. They wanted to make it so if a character dies, you're definitely going to feel sad about the game. You're not going to just kind of put it down and get a bowl of popcorn. It's really going to mean a lot, and they want to make characters that you will quote-unquote feel emotionally attached to. I'm not really sure how they're going to do that, but they definitely supposedly are saying they have a very strong campaign and a very strong storyline to go with it. Now, something really new that I know a lot of people have already been talking about is the dog. It's actually going to be a squad member as opposed to a kill streak, and the whole big thing about this dog is you're going to be able to care about the dog's actions and maybe even control the dog. I remember there was some rumors going around with the new Kinect. You could actually talk to the dog and control the dog through the Kinect on the Xbox One and kind of interact with it, but the dog is going to be a very important squad member. It's not just going to be one of those, dogs just running off. It's going to be a big aspect of your squad, and you have to care about everything the dog does, the actions, and most likely keep the dog safe, but the dog is definitely going to be able to hold its own somehow. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out. Now, there are going to be these hidden things that create a submission or affect the story, kind of like in Black Ops 1 where we had the Strike Force, where you could pretty much do missions off on the side and switch from character to character, kind of like that, I guess, a little bit, but there are going to be hidden things. They're not going to be obvious missions. You may maybe find an extra item on the side of the road or something that leads to a completely different mission, but all the actions are going to affect the story, which is something I really like. I don't really like that in the old Call of Duty campaigns, you could pretty much play through it straight through, get the same story every time, but if you're someone who really likes to play the campaign, maybe doesn't have good internet, all you can do is play the campaign over and over again. You can actually have different outcomes, so you can explore all those and more or less put a lot more time into the campaign. Now, another thing I was talking about earlier that I want to touch back on just for a quick second is the whole thing, the whole new campaign. It is a start of a new story arc. It's not going to be part of the Modern Warfare or Black Ops universe. It's all on its own. It's going to be a whole new story, so it definitely has to be a big bang. Like in Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2 and 3, it was kind of a continuation. You kind of already were sold. If you played the campaigns before, you knew how things were going to work out, but I definitely think Treyarch has the possibility to start a very strong campaign series if they do this right. Now, one of the most popular questions about Call of Duty Ghosts is, will it have any type of relation to Ghost in Modern Warfare 2? Now, I can understand what you mean by that. I mean, pretty much the same exact name, Ghosts and Ghosts. For those who don't know, Ghost was a giant character in the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, ended up dying midway through the campaign. Everyone was pretty sad, not to spoil the campaign or anything, but people thought he was going to be back for Modern Warfare 3, but no one really knew what happened to him, and when they saw Call of Duty Ghosts, they thought Ghost was going to be coming back. But for those wondering, it is a complete new story. There is going to be no Ghost in Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, another big thing about Call of Duty Ghosts campaign is players are going to fight back against the superior forces. You're not going to be this main giant force of army. You're going to be the small elite squad. You're going to be fighting back against the superior forces, maybe corrupted government, stuff like that. You're not going to be part of the superior force. You're going to be fighting back against them. Now, Call of Duty Ghosts starts 10 years after this massive event. That's when the story begins. 10 years after this, America's crippled, the government's in disarray, everything's just a complete mess. Now, it's supposed to take place in America a few years from now. Nothing too futuristic like Call of Duty Black Ops 2, where they had 2025 and all that. It's supposed to be not that far away, but the whole story part begins where these brothers meet the Ghosts team. Now, about the brothers are going to be the main part of the campaign. Now, I know there was some confusion about the whole changing players thing. Just to answer that, you don't change characters on a mission basis. You play as the same group throughout. It's not really like Strike Force, you can change back on real time between all these different characters. You're going to be playing on the same character from mission to mission. Now, about these brothers grew up in the environment. They grew up in America, they grew up when it was all wrecked, everything's in disarray, and they idolized the Ghosts team. So on school, when they said, what do you want to be when you grow up? These brothers both said, I want to be part of the Ghost team. Now, they were born shortly after this giant major event that was crippling America, and they pretty much grew up together idolizing the Ghost. And the whole point of this campaign, where I can see you can get emotionally attached to this, is you're supposed to play with your brother as a ghost. And like I said earlier, the campaign starts out where you and your brother are meeting the Ghosts, and I guess becoming part of the team, and you're gonna probably end up losing your brother. Not to spoil the campaign or anything, that's just my guess. Wow, I know, spoiler, I hope I didn't just spoil the whole campaign right there, but for those who are wondering, I'm gonna keep you guys up to date with all the new information I get on multiplayer, any kind of spec ops, and campaign. So if you're new around here, please subscribe. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't, that's alright too. Keep in mind, I'm working for 30,000 subscribers, so like I said, if you're new around here, please subscribe to keep up to date with some awesome Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Ghosts, and maybe even some Grand Theft Auto 5 information. That's really about it, and have a great day.